Today I'm gonna show you how to make some 3D tracking inside DaVinci Resolve using the camera tracker. So let's get right into it. So I've already got my timeline open and a B-roll waiting, and for this we're gonna head over to Fusion. So here in Fusion we're gonna select our media one and hit Shift space bar on the keyboard. Now we're gonna type CTRA, which is the code for the camera tracker. We're gonna add it, make sure it's connected, and first of all, the camera tracker is used for match moving. And what it does is basically to calculate the path of a live action camera and generate a virtual camera in a 3D space. So the first thing we're gonna do is check Preview Auto Track Locations. It will allow us to see all the tracking points automatically added to our footage. Here on Detection Threshold, you can force the trackers to be either in locations of high or low contrast. Here on Minimum Picture Separation, you can determine the spacing between the generated tracking points. So the lower the slider gets, the more tracking points we'll have, but it will also result in a slower solve, so keep that in mind. We're also going to check bidirectional tracking, which will force the tracker to track backwards after the initial forward tracking. Here on the camera tab, you can set all the specifications of the camera you used for your shooting, but if you don't have that, Resolve will do its best to try and estimate the settings of the camera. Now that we're all set, we can hit Auto Track and let Resolve do its thing. Okay, once it's done, we're gonna head over to the Solve page, and here we've got many properties as well, but let's leave it all like this, hit Solve and see what we get. Okay, so now we've got our solve summary, which contains the basic information of our tracking. And here we've got this average solve error of 0.2961 pixels. Here you should always aim to be below 1, so it looks like we're fine. And if for some reason you get this number higher than 1, all you have to do is come to the maximum track error, slow down the slider, delete, and hit solve again until you get below 1. And what this does is to select and delete tracking points that have a high tracking error average. But just don't get this too low, or else you're gonna start losing good tracking points. Now let's head over to export. And here is where we turn the tracked and solved data into a form that can be used for compositing. So for that, let's take a look at that 3D scene transform. So although the camera is solved, it has no idea where the ground plane or center of the scene is located. So here we have two options, unaligned and aligned. When aligned is selected, we cannot change any property here. So to do that, we have to select unaligned. Now we can select a few tracking points on our screen where we want our 3D element to be placed. Let's say right here. And here on origin, we're gonna set from selection. Now we're gonna hit aligned again. Now every element we add to the scene will originate at this point right here. And we're all set. Now all we have to do is hit this button right here, export. And as you can see, a few nodes will appear in our tree. Let's select them and place them right here. And we can actually delete these two, point cloud and ground plane, since we don't need them. We can disconnect our camera tracker. We're gonna connect our media 1 to the first node and the output of our node into our media out. Now we can grab a 3D text, connect it to our merge 3D, type in our text, make it larger, reposition it, and let's see how it looks. And that's how you use the camera tracker inside DaVinci Resolve. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to learn how to use the point tracker inside DaVinci Resolve, make sure to check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I'll see you there.